Hello and welcome to the first look at this product here. Now this is something from SkyDroid called the T12. Now this is designed for those pilots who like to fly the Ardu pilot technology, so things like the Ardu plane, Ardu copter, Ardu rover, those kind of things. And check out my recent videos. I did one where I put Ardu plane in a little 600mm wing on an omnibus flight controller. That went really well. So well, in fact, then I got myself a full-size AR wing and put a Maytech flight controller in it with Ardu plane as well. And they have been fantastic. Now, if you're flying FPV, then you're probably not interested in something like this. But if you are the kind of people that like to go to the field with a laptop or some form of display with Mission Planner running on it or Q ground control, and you like to control everything, and it's more about maybe aerial filming rather than flying an FPV, this might be of interest. Now this is something that I've had in for a couple of weeks and I'm getting ready to try here. The way it works is that you put your tablet or phone or whatever in the cradle, and all the control of the radio is done via an app on the phone. Similarly, you can fire up ground control and you can connect into this thing via Bluetooth or a USB cable, so it'll also charge the phone or tablet too. And excitedly, in the box you also get the receiver. So let me just show you how all this stuff comes, because it also comes with a little FPV camera, so you can have the image from the model on the same little screen on your T12 that you're using to control everything and to monitor the mission. Now the lag in the video, from what I've seen and playing with here, is about 1/3 of a second. So if you are an FPV pilot, it's not usable at all for that. But if you like flying around, maybe you're doing surveying, maybe you're doing some kind of mapping function, and you want a cheaper option, all-in-one option, than things like the HearLink, which I looked at a couple of months ago, then this might be right up your street. So let me just show you how it comes in the box and what you get in there, because you pretty much get everything in the box ready to go, and it doesn't look too tricky to set up. So this is what the box looks like. Although it says mode 3 on the front, it's actually a mode 2 radio. Mode 3 is kind of their own little name for the particular mode that this thing has, which is very confusing. But that's all the data from the back. I'll put a link down below if you want to go and have a look at this. Again, I'm at the start of my journey with this particular device. So if any of you out there have actually used this thing and have some tips and tricks, I'd love to hear from you. So opening the box up, we have a user manual, laughingly called a user manual because there's so much to this. The fact that all it's really showing you is how to plug it all together and the basics isn't enough, which is why I think I'm probably going to be making a few videos on this. We have the actual unit itself, which is nestled in this very nice foam, and underneath that then we have the receiver, the camera, a set of stickers, a USB cable, and some little pieces to change the springing of the throttle and move things around. Main piece on the front lifts up, and then with a little thumb screw at the back allows you to rotate the holder at the front, and you can either have it horizontal or vertical, and the sides are nicely sprung with foam, so if you have a tablet or a big phone, then it should fit. Gimbals feel quite nice on the shoulders. There are 3 position switches. There's also another 3 position switch in the E position, and then you have some other buttons that are actually 3 position. You can either press once and hold, and then you have a little gimbal here in the bottom left hand corner to control something like a gimbal. Pressing the power button once briefly, then pressing it again powers it on. On the bottom we have a USB cable to connect your phone or tablet to, and a cable to charge the inbuilt battery. Press the power button briefly and then press and hold it again, powers it all off. So the ground unit is all in one. The only thing you're going to need to add is your tablet or laptop running 2 or 3 applications that you have to download, and so far I've just been starting to play with those. A little bit disappointing that the applications aren't on the App Store. You kind of, from what I can see, have to go to an odd place and download them, install them. Now the 2 cables that we're looking at here, one is for Mavlink telemetry and the other one is for S-Bus. So very easy to plug into your flight controller. And then we have the dedicated camera, so you couldn't just use any old FPV camera with this, and that's going to plug into the 4 pins by the side. So there's your 3 connections out of the receiver ready to go. One for the Mavlink telemetry, one for S-Bus, and one for your FPV. And all of that information, the radio control, the Mavlink coming back to the radio, and also the FPV footage is all handled through the one radio link. So installation in the model shouldn't be too tricky. And then you've got a set of stickers that you can put over particular buttons if you want to do that, so you can keep track of which button is which, because obviously you can set them up in Mission Planner to do whatever you need to do. And I think it's about 12 channels coming through to the model, so you can control pretty much anything. So if I just quickly fit my Android phone in here, just so you can see how it all looks, you can get an idea of how it's all going to go together. So rather than install something like a FreeSky or a Crossfire receiver into the model, a separate traditional camera and FPV video transmitter, this should do everything. So let me know if you're interested in me making some videos on this and showing how it's all set up. With the amount of stuff that I've been doing recently with Arduplane, it should be fun. Similarly, if you've already got this and you've played with it, because historically this device has been available to system builders to put in packages along with pre-built models. So the fact it's now available as a separate thing is relatively new. But if you have been using one of them out there for a while, then do get in touch and let me know. I'd love to speak to some pilots and get some tips and tricks that potentially could be passed on through a small series on how to set this up and how to use it. Thanks for watching the video and watching right to the very end. You can find me in all the usual places on social media, and if you like the video and like what I'm doing here, then hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon too. If you really like what I'm doing, you can go the extra mile and become one of my Patreons for access to me directly for support, and also giveaways and regular updates too. If you're looking for particular content, then check out the playlist. I organise all of my videos into playlists, so if you're looking for a particular topic, you can find everything here. If it's called Introduction To, it's designed to start very simply and build on that simple introduction to teach you all about it. If it's called For Beginners, then that is really aimed at people who are brand new to that part of the hobby. You can also search on YouTube for anything that you're interested in using the search function at the top. So iNav Painless 360 will find all of my videos and even the playlists around iNav. So thanks again for watching and happy flying.